Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat figure to be one of league's most active teams following NBA Finals. Whether the NBA Finals end Monday night or not, the Miami Heat figure to be one of the league's most active teams within the first 24 hours after the end of the season. This is because a change in the new collective bargaining agreement allows teams to negotiate with their upcoming free agents from the day after the finals until the start of free agency on June 30th. That could give the Heat more than a week to negotiate new deals with their own free agents before they can reach the open market. Miami's unrestricted free agents include Haywood Highsmith, Patty Mills, and DeLon Wright. This new CBA wrinkle is especially important when it comes to Highsmith, since the Heat will have a chance to offer him a new deal before the market has an opportunity to drive up the price. ESPN's Bobby Marks projected that Highsmith could command a new contract worth between $8 million and $10 million per year. It's important to note that even if the Heat offer Highsmith a contract during this window, there is nothing stopping Highsmith from waiting to test the open market. Mills and Wright aren't expected to earn more than the veteran minimum this summer. The guess here is that the Heat could bring back one, but likely won't want to bring back both. Wright has a lot of fans within the Heat organization and could be useful as a reserve who can play both guard positions. In addition to Miami's unrestricted free agents, it can also get the ball rolling on players with player options for next season. Caleb Martin, $7.1 million, Kevin Love, $4 million, Josh Richardson, $3.1 million, and Thomas Bryant, $2.8 million, each hold player options for next season. Settling who will opt in and opt out will give the Heat clarity before the league-wide portion of free agency begins. Among that group, Martin is nearly certain to opt out and enter free agency, where he will command a new contract with an 8-figure annual salary. Love and Richardson are good bets to pick up their player options and return in reserve roles next season. Bryant, who played just 38 games last season, could opt out to find playing time elsewhere. The Heat will also be able to negotiate with two-way players Jamal Cain, Cole Swider, and Alonzo Williams, who can become restricted free agents if they receive qualifying offers by June 29. Beyond their free agents, the Heat will also be allowed to negotiate a contract extension with Bam Adebayo. The Heat can offer Adebayo a 3-year $165 million extension that he can sign when the league-wide moratorium ends on July 6. But it's more likely that Adebayo will wait to sign a more lucrative deal next summer. Another note, the Heat will not be permitted to negotiate a contract extension with Jimmy Butler until July 6 because of the nature of his contract. Why the Miami Heat boss has keen rooting interest in KC Chiefs' quest for three-peat. Nobody outside of the Chiefs and their fan base have a bigger rooting interest in a third straight Super Bowl championship than Miami Heat president and former coach Pat Riley. Why Riley? Is there a Kansas City connection? Is he a friend of Chiefs coach Andy Reid? A Patrick Mahomes enthusiast, perhaps? Riley's interest is strictly business. He owns the trademarks to various versions of the term three-peat. The Chiefs, presented their Super Bowl 58 championship rings last Thursday, are bidding this season to become the first team to win a third straight Super Bowl. That would be a three-peat. Or three-peat. Riley has owned both terms since 1988. The Chiefs are well aware of the deal. "We're going to have to figure that out," said Chiefs president Mark Donovan. "Our big question would be, do you just pay the licensing fee? Do a deal, incorporate him into what we would do?" Donovan said the Chiefs, if they walk off the field in New Orleans next February as Super Bowl 59 champions, could come up with their own description for winning 3 straight. The Chiefs' Nobility Trilogy? Or KC3? That's just to get the ball rolling. Other teams have attempted to find workarounds with Riley. In 2005, when USC was bidding for a third straight college football national championship, Trojans coach Pete Carroll tried to sell three-peat t-shirts. Sales were discontinued when Carroll was warned that he was infringing on the Riley-owned trademark. The three-peat marketing idea originated when Riley was head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. The Showtime team of Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Byron Scott was coming off a second straight NBA championship in 1988, having beaten the Detroit Pistons to become the league's first repeat champ in 20 years. Riley has said that he heard Scott use three-peat during the victory parade, and that's how the coach labeled the upcoming challenge. Fans chanted three-peat at Lakers games that season, and the term entered the sports lexicon. Soon, three-peat t-shirts were being printed in Los Angeles. It was Riley's agent who came up with the idea of officially coining the phrase. On November 7, 1988, the trademark was filed under Riley's licensing company, Riles & Company. A few months later, the application was approved and trademark number 1552980 was granted. It covered shirts, jackets, and hats. In 1994, the range of items covered under the trademark was expanded to non-metal keychains and plaques. Later, three-peat bed covers and other bedding products were added. Riley had looked to cash in big immediately with the 1988-89 Lakers, who won their first three playoff series with an 11-0 record. But the Pistons used brooms of their own to sweep the Lakers out of the NBA Finals in Abdul-Jabbar's final season. The NBA, however, would soon deliver for Riles & Company. Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls twice pulled off three-peats, in 1993 and 1998. Reports at the time had Riley making $300,000 off use of the trademark during that span. On the way to the NBA Finals in 1993, the Bulls defeated the New York Knicks, who were coached by Riley at the time. Asked about the trademark, he said, "It was done as a business proposition when I was working with the Lakers. We were just smart enough not to get rid of it." Riles & Company also cashed in on three-peat merch with the Lakers, 2000-2002, New York Yankees, 1998-2000, the third of Jimmy Johnson's 5 straight NASCAR Cup championships and more. Riley has said net proceeds from use of his trademark go to charity, but none of that has been reported publicly. The Chiefs, meanwhile, have said all the right things this offseason. All-Pro tight end Travis Kelce noted the team didn't go back-to-back by talking about back-to-back. "We got there by trying to figure out the best way to get better from the last week." Chiefs wide receiver Justin Watson agreed and quoted baseball great Hank Aaron. He said, "Yesterday's home runs don't win today's games," Watson said. "This time of year, nobody cares that you've won the Super Bowl last year. Except Riles & Company, which has a major rooting interest in the upcoming NFL season, as well as a couple of basketball teams." The Las Vegas Aces are in the midst of a quest for a third straight WNBA title, and the Connecticut Huskies will be seeking a third straight NCAA men's basketball championship. Warriors reportedly considering adding Jimmy Butler in blockbuster offseason trade. Is six-time All-Star swingman Jimmy Butler truly going to conclude his career on the Miami Heat? The 34-year-old continued to produce at his usual high level as a two-way contributor for the 46-36 Heat, who concluded the year as the Eastern Conference's number 8 seed. Across his 60 healthy bouts, he averaged 20.8 points on a .499/.414/.858/ line, 5.3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1.3 steals a night. Butler sprained the MCL in his right knee during the Heat's first play-in game of the postseason, a 105-104 loss against the Philadelphia 76ers, and missed the entirety of Miami's subsequent 5-game series loss to the mighty Boston Celtics. Per Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald, Butler is hoping to earn a 2-year maximum contract extension, which would pay him a projected $113 million. Butler currently has one more guaranteed season on his current deal with the club, plus a $52.4 million player option for 2025 to 26. The Heat don't need to be in any rush to extend Butler, but he's attempting to pressure the club to move things along. Accordingly, he has been the subject of trade chatter. During an interview with Willard and Dibs hosts Mark T. Willard and Dan Dibley on 95.7 The Fan San Francisco, ESPN's Nick Friedel revealed that there has been chatter surrounding the possibility of a deal that could satisfy both sides. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.